After the Arab conquest, Iran could have disappeared. Its language, which is Persian, could have disappeared. Its history, its identity could have disappeared, just like many other ancient civilizations. But it didn't. Why? Why do Iranians still speak Persian today? And why didn't Iran become Arab after the conquest? The answer will surprise you. This is Parya Khawas, and in this series of sessions, I'm going to be teaching you Persian culture, history, and language. So if you want to learn, join and enjoy. To understand how Iran survived, we first need to understand how close it came to disappearing. In the early 7th century, the Sasanian Empire was one of the greatest powers on earth. Its armies rivaled Rome, its cities were among the richest cities in the world, and its scholars preserved centuries of knowledge. But then disaster struck. For decades, the Sasanians fought exhausting wars against the Byzantine Empire. The treasury was drained, the army was weakened, political chaos spread throughout the empire. Kings rose and fell in rapid succession. The government became unstable. And while the empire struggled to survive, a new force emerged. Arab armies entered the lands of the Sasanian Empire. Battle after battle followed, until finally, in 651 CE, the last Sasanian king, Yazdegerd III, was killed. The empire was gone. The royal court was gone. The government was gone. For many people living at that time, it must have felt like the end of Iran itself. Many believed Iranian identity would disappear. The Persian language would disappear. The Persian culture would disappear. But history had other plans. While the empire fell, the civilization did not. Well, let me ask you a very simple question here. Why do Egyptians speak Arabic today? You know that their language was not Arabic, their ancient language was something else. Why do they speak Arabic today? Why did many conquered regions gradually lose their ancient language, but Iran didn't? Why? Why are millions of Iranians still speaking Persian today? After the Arab conquest, many regions gradually adopted Arabic as their main language. Egypt is one example. Over time, the ancient Egyptian language evolved into Coptic, and Arabic eventually became the dominant language of the country. So why didn't the same thing happen in Iran? One reason is that Iran already had a strong literary, administrative, and cultural tradition long before the conquest. But even more importantly, there were people determined to preserve it. People who refused to let centuries of culture and history disappear. People who remembered. And those people were called the Dehqans. So the question is, who were these Dehqans? Dehqans were not just farmers, because in modern Persian language, Dehqan means farmer. They were not just farmers. The Dehqans were educated Iranian landowners, administrators, local nobles, and guardians of culture. When empires fell, they remembered. When the governments changed, they remembered. They preserved Iran's stories, Iran's history, and Iran's identity. They passed ancient tradition from one generation to the next. They saved the stories of ancient Iran, the story of Rustam, the story of Feridun, the story of Kaveh and Zahak, the stories that connected generations of Iranians to their past. So these stories survived in books, traditions, and collective memory, waiting for someone to bring them back to life. At a time when many people believe that Persian language is gradually disappearing and changing into Arabic, something remarkable happened. A new Iranian dynasty emerged, the Samanids or Samanian. Instead of abandoning their heritage, they chose to protect it. They encouraged Persian language and culture. They supported Persian literature, art, culture, and history. The language that many believed would disappear became stronger than ever. Then came a poet, a man from Tus. His name was Ferdowsi. Born during the Samanid era, he inherited centuries of stories preserved by the Dehqans, and he dedicated much of his life to transforming those stories into poetry. And not just any poetry, a masterpiece, Shahnameh, the Book of the Kings. Shahnameh contains more than 50,000 verses. Yes, you heard me right, more than 50,000 verses. It tells the story of ancient Iran, its heroes, its kings, its tragedies, its victories, its dreams. For generations, it helped preserve the Persian language and Iranian cultural memory. Many historians consider it one of the greatest literary works ever written. Without Ferdowsi, much of ancient Iranian mythology and history might have been forgotten. Empires rise, empires fall. Ayatollahs come, ayatollahs go. Governments change, but civilizations survive when people remember who they really are. Iran will remember, and Iran will rise again. Remember who you are. Now it's time to end this session with beautiful verses of Ferdowsi, the Shahnameh. چو کاوه برون شد ز درگاه شاه، بر او انجمن گشت بازارگاه. همی برخروشید و فریاد خواند، جهان را سراسر سوی داد خواند. از آن چرم کآهنگران پشت پای، بپوشند هنگام زخم درای. همان کاوه آن بر سر نیزه کرد، همان گه ز بازار برخاست گرد. خروشان همی رفت نیزه به دست، که ای نامداران یزدان پرست. کسی کو هوای فریدون کند، دل از بند ضحاک بیرون کند. Now I'm going to give you the whole meaning of these verses, but you can find a Persian friend who can explain to you what they mean one by one. The whole meaning is, freedom begins when people stop accepting tyranny. If you want to learn, join and enjoy. Goodbye.